Hello! Today we will be changing the wheel bearing on this Jaguar X type because, I don't know if you can hear it there, but there's quite a lot of wheel bearing noise. There isn't, however, any play, so it wouldn't fail an MOT, but as I'm just about to drive several hundred miles, I thought I'd change it as I got the spare. Here is what the new wheel bearing looks like. You'll note that the ABS sensor is in the back here, and we need to unclip that before we pull this out. This is held in by 4 bolts. They really don't like coming undone, but we'll come to that. And the first thing I guess we're going to do is take off the wheel, for which I have my trusty little electric zippy gun. I tell you what, these things are magic. Right, so wheel off. Next thing we need to do is get the brake hub off. I'll just show you a couple of details on that. Now, these bolts on the brakes do not like coming undone with just a spanner, so what we're going to have to do, show you, is you can see, let me feel, right, there's a bolt there. You have to heat the part the bolt bolts into, which is back here, and the same with this bolt just up here. You have to heat there with a blowtorch. Just get that warm enough that it releases the thread lock. That is a 13mm head. So let's get you back here. Bam. Right. So get out with the blowtorch and a 13mm spanner. Right, that's one out. Now, these things also have thread lock on them. They need to... I'm going to replace the discs when they arrive, which should be Monday. When they do, I'll also change the bolts to fresh bolts. Oh, that's the wrong way. Right, just going to pull that off, it's just a bit stiff. And pop that just over there. Right. Oh, now we need to undo, just get you across here again. Right, we need to undo these 4 bolts here. And what's really interesting about them is they're supposed to be Torx 50, although that doesn't look like Torx 50, that more looks like an Allen 50. That's a Torx and that's a Torx, and they will need a bit of clearing out, which we'll come across. And also we need a bit of heat on the other side to get these to loosen off, because they are stiff as you like. And you can hear that bearings rattly. So let's crack on. Should be a T50 in there, but it's going to need some encouragement to get in there. Unfortunately though, this is very stiff, so we're going to have to use a blowtorch again. It'll work out exactly where I want to heat. It's a bit awkward with that heat shield in the way. Never mind.
It turns out that even heating and trying to turn it with an impact driver won't work. So out comes the angle grinder. You may have more luck. The key is to have an angle grinder blade that can get enough under the hub. You could also use a 10 or 11mm drill bit to drill off the heads, which may be quicker. Note that if you use a thin cutting disc, it tends to catch and get ripped up. And a cold chisel doesn't do anything.
Right, what I've had to do is take the guard off that one completely. I don't like doing that much, but never mind.
You see the hammering beginning to loosen it. And a little bit of leverage.
No, I'll have to pull it through. Right.
clip was hard to remove because it was broken previously by someone else and had been jammed on with a piece of plastic to hold it in. I spent some time not noticing. I have to say these connectors do annoy me on these modern cars. Somehow they managed to make it look fairly straightforward, but it never seems to be that way. That doesn't look like it belongs there. It doesn't. Right. Tell you what, for the moment, I'll just see if I can. That's that. There we go. Just that clippy bit there, and off it comes. So the bit you need to get at is just under there. If you can get in, you can push up the thing. It also should push up over there. That odd piece of plastic was holding in. Now I'm going to pull that out of the way. Take the heat shield off. Now we can get at the back to heat all these up properly. But we're going to need to get the welder out to get these buggers off. And I'm going to also just quickly grind those flat. Right. Nope, bugger. Right, what I found is that I can't remember how I did this last time, but I managed to get these on by just pushing them on with this and doing that. It obviously ruins the threads, but the threads are ruined anyway and these got to come out. So now I push these on and done them up a bit with a whizzy gun. I'll do that one up a bit more. Weld these on, then we need to heat this back plate up a lot and then undo these, and hopefully that'll undo easily. But before I do that, I'll disconnect the battery so I don't fry the electronics. Back in a minute. Right, things are a little firstly, got to get a good weld. Sorry for the jump cut and taking another one of those out. The important thing here is to get the welds to sufficiently penetrate the screw or bolt. To do this, you need the welder turned up to the maximum thickness it will do. You need to start on the bolt, not on the nut. Otherwise you'll end up just getting a weld that will rip off with a nut and it won't move the bolt at all. Spraying plus gas hopefully both cools the shaft bolt a bit and penetrates. Obviously we don't want it hot and expanded in its thread. And I'm just heating the back up enough so I can feel it's hot away from it. We've got more plus gas to both cool the bolt a bit, but not what it's going into, and to penetrate. That was set the wrong way. And off it comes.
Because it's so hard to get an M10 on there, is what it's supposed to be. And stick an M12 on there, and it's well the bugger on.
Had I drilled the heads off, it might have been easier to get the 10mm bolt on, but anything that will go over it you can have a socket for will do. Finding a good earth is important when you're welding. You can see I haven't got one here. I went with a discarded bolt in the end. Which, as you can guess, was quite hot. If you're welding or forging, always assume everything you might touch could be burning hot. So you save yourself a lot of burns that way. If you use an oversized bolt, you're going to have to hold it while you get the first tack on.
see what a nightmare that is as a job with those being so tight. This would be a good time to change the discs. I don't have any discs, so I'm not going to, but we're just going to whack a new bearing on. Right, and the bearing comes with different bolts. Comes with these. E14. Right, let's whack this thing back together. Oh. Hold on, back in a sec. Right.
As you can see, it's a bit fiddly getting it back on with the back plate and the dodgy connector. But the back plate heat shield does have at least a mark on it to show you where the heat shield goes in relation to the wheel bearing. Unfortunately, someone's broken this connector. Just making life a right pain in the neck. You don't normally have to do this unless you've got this broken connector problem. On the other side, when I did this, it just popped straight back on.
place. That's quite stiff. Right, I managed to mislay one of the bolts that came with the kit. There it is. Right, let's get that one in. It is doable doing this job, it's just that if you're going to do it, make sure you have a standby plan, which is to have a welder and grinders and all the rest of it to get the bugger off. It does come off. Right. But it is a bit of an arse. And having that whizzy gun turns out to be a godsend. Right. And there we go. Right, stick the brakes back on. And we're good to go. That one. Place that one. Right, for that sake. Well, I won't because I'll do these up by hand. I'm just going to replace these two with some new ones. And that is how you change a wheel bearing. You see it's a bit of an arse, but it's like revving on the brakes, but that is much quieter and much better. It's all good.
Thank you for watching. If you found this video useful, please like it and share it with others who also might find it useful. Also, if you like my content, please subscribe. Both of these things really help. Thank you.